Okay, let's get started. Okay, so this presentation is about how you can actually boost the discoverability of your games with using Everyplay and Unity ads. Before I continue, I just wanted to know who is already using Unity ads. One, awesome. And who's using Everyplay? One, okay. So I'm gonna explain it all and from begin to end. So the objective of this presentation is when you have a game that you will understand how better tools you can use in Unity to build a community, how you can find players, how you can capture those magical moments of gameplay and build from there a community, how you can engage users to share that. But also generate revenue from advertising, and how we can, through advertising, boost the discoverability of your game. Before I continue also, who has already published games in Unity? Okay, and who's an indie game developer? Okay. And who has a problem to find a community or create a community? Okay, only 2 people. No. I see more, but I'm going to talk about this. First name Callewaert. Yes, I live in the north of Canada. I don't know why. It's because my wife decided that, but not my decision. It's my daughter. Very proud of her. She's named after the software Maya. So my next kid will be Unity 5. My wife still hasn't given the permission for it, but I hope so. So, it's connected with the community. Who uses social media to connect with their? I should not walk too far from this media. Who uses Facebook, Twitter, and social media to connect with their audiences? Okay. Few people. Yeah, vast majority is really great. So, I'm gonna have a few slides like in the keynote. If you didn't attend the keynote, but not much, and then we're gonna go over. So, the number one challenge of most people to make a game, when they made a game, is making a game is one. But you see with Unity 5, we want to change that. We want to make you successful in making games. Okay, and the biggest challenge, of course, is finding community. You make a game, but you want to find a community that plays your game, the discoverability of your game. Okay. Now, what most people say, I want to find players. But this is actually slightly incorrect. You want that the players find your game. They are the ones who decide they're going to play your game, download the game, pay for it, do in-app purchases. Not you who decides that. I wish you could do that. That's that. Okay. So what we did a poll of 3,000 people who are players, not game developers, and asked them what's the best way, how you find your game, what's the most interesting way to find your game. And it's about finding players. So the main thing that we saw in there, people say, is a social aspect. Hey, I find it through video, through friends telling me. And there's actually a lot of social interaction offline. But to Twitter, Facebook, that's how they find it. The third aspect that I said this morning is the video. And it's really crazy that the third way of this discoverability of a game is seeing in-game play movie files through advertising, Twitter, Facebook, and down on the internet. So the other way is the App Store, but yeah, that's being featured on the App Store. Now, when we look at the heavy players, people who spend, like, say, $10 a month on a game, play more than 10 hours a week, and are very social about it, if we combine that segmented, then we see that 75% of the gamers find their games through video. That's a significant impact that video has. Now, what we see in there is the App Store. We don't have control over that, over app stores. We cannot control being featured. But what we can control is the social aspect and creating videos of our community. And that's where we want to help you to create loyal players. And to create a community that's going to spend money, basically, or play your game. And that's why we created Everyplay. It combines it. So you can record gameplay at the runtime, create a movie file, and play it. Now I have some slides, but and then share it on the network. But I prefer to show it actually on my phone directly. Okay, I'm gonna plug in my phone. Okay, I hope I don't get a message from my wife or my daughter. Okay, it's happened before. Hi, Daddy, I love you. I need money. That was my first text message of my daughter when she was 4 years old. Okay, so I hope, yeah. So this is one. I'm here on my Facebook. Okay, and I share the movie file for myself. But what happens is you're on Facebook, you see, holy smokes, one of my friends scored that amount on this game, and you click on it, and right away, and my phone is a bit slower here, but okay, I see here, wow, I see this game, and I can actually see the gameplay. And should connect to there. My computer is falling down too. Okay. So I'm on the internet here, it's a bit slower here. And I see, wow, okay, this is the gameplay, and I can see how I played. Okay, I'm gonna stop this, that's not so important for the moment. So I see a whole movie file, and I can like it or not. But what happens here, you see right away the App Store, the Google Play Store, I can click and go buy that game. So what happens here, what we see is the behavior that my community, my players who are social, the heavy players, they're gonna share their movie file over the network, over social media to others to tell and engage to play the game. And you know, I can, so you can see now, I'm gonna go here to my game, and I have Skyline Skaters, for instance, here. Okay, I'm gonna go to this game. So I'm playing the game. Okay, I'm gonna load it. Okay. And we have the game here. Play. Woohoo! Come on. Okay, and you can see I can watch advertising even, but I'm not gonna tap to continue. Okay. And I'm gonna play very bad so that the game ends. So you see the recording actually automatically started here in this game. And okay, let's try to fail here. Okay, and I get caught. Okay, and what I can do now, click here, and what we see is I get my points here. You see the button here, share replay, right? Post on Facebook, post on Twitter. When I click on share replay, and automatically I can add some text to that. But what we see is here the data of the game, my score is there to engage others to break it or get higher. And I click the share button, okay? I can go to the movie file and edit this, make it shorter, longer, cut it, certain things I want to show, share, and automatically starts to share. So I'm gonna put it on my Facebook, on my Twitter, so it's being shared. Okay? And it all happens in the app. You don't leave the app, you don't leave the game. And it's very important that you don't want to take a game away from it or getting out of the game. Okay. Now I can see here browse replays also, and I can go to the Everyplay network where I have a whole list of all games. So I can engage my users to go to maybe a specific page just on my game or to all other ones. So they get in a network. Well, the cool thing is I can close this and I'm back in my game. So I never leave my game. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about it now. Okay. Interesting so far? Okay, I'm gonna go back here. Okay, we're gonna also talk about the implementation. Okay, here we are, back, woohoo! Okay. So quickly recap, you can share metadata, 1, 2, 3, wow. Worked. So I can share the metadata. Okay, so I found on the social media, I can see movie files of people playing games. Go to Everyplay's network to find more movie files. But there's nothing more fun than doing it yourself hands-on and explaining it. Okay, so let's get hands-on. Okay, well that's just, why is that? That's a little bit strange here, all the movie files. Okay, so I'm gonna go here to Unity. Okay. Wait a second, this is... That image was totally wrong. Let's, okay, what's going on with my presentation here? Okay. Okay, movie files. Just gonna finish this. So another game, Ice Rage, that was really interesting. They create a button, play replay here. So you click on that and automatically goes to the replays of only about this game. So you keep your players in the community and see others playing, to engage, to stay longer in the game. And those are the Everyplay Ice Race, just all movies about that. All the games that use Everyplay, Hungry Shark, Angry Birds. If you've never heard of a game, it's an indie game studio. Okay, but there you see it's not only small companies, but large companies also using Everyplay. About the stats, we have more than 800 games already using Everyplay. There's 18 million registered users. So if you create a game with Everyplay, and the moment somebody shares that, they share it to 80 million people, basically, on our Everyplay network. So people can find your game from there. So that's how we start to build a community. They're very social. They like to play games. There's on our network more than 6 million replays of games. And it's totally for free. So you don't pay any backend, nothing in service for that, no royalty, so totally for free. Okay? Yeah, free. Okay. So we're going to talk about how you integrate in Unity. The first thing you're going to do is going to integrate, set up a Unity account. If you have one, like if you bought on the Asset Store, or if you have a Unity license, you have a UDN, Unity Developers Network or something. You're going to download an Asset Store package, Everyplay, and then you can start to test and record and with a prefab. And then you can use APIs to like start recording, stop recording, and also share metadata, like a high score. Okay, so we're going to do this first. We're going to create our account. And how we do that? I'm going to go to Unity Everyplay developer. Okay, I go to that website. Okay, and then I create an account. I go to here, my dashboard, and I can say add a game. Okay, and I have here one test Carl. And what's going to happen is it's going to give you 3 numbers here that you can use. Okay, so you use those 3 numbers, and then Unity, you're going to go to Windows Asset Store. Okay, and in the Asset Store, you're going to look for Everyplay. And it's an Asset Store package that's totally for free, and you download it. Okay, moving forward in the future, this will be natively integrated in Unity, and 4.7 will be natively integrated. Okay. Then we're going to start here with our first scene. Okay. So you have the scene, and we're going to add our account information. Edit, Everyplay settings here, and here you add your information. Those numbers it was provided. So simple. And then you can say enable a test button for iOS, okay, and enable test button. So show test buttons, and I click on that. Okay. Nothing to see here actually. You must make sure, of course, that you put your platform, your build settings to one of our supported networks, who's currently iOS or Android. Put it here to iOS, and when I press play, I see here those test buttons. Okay, start recording, open, stop, and if I would, when I would deploy that on my iPhone, then I have the buttons to start the recording, stop the recording, pause recording, resume recording. It's all there. Okay, that's how fast you can test it. But of course, those buttons look ugly. Then I'm going to take those test buttons away. Okay. And here in my scene, in my next scene, I drag and drop the prefab in there. So here we have an Everyplay helpers, and I have a prefab called Everyplay test. And I drag and drop in there. And now I have those buttons here, test play. Okay, and I say, okay, start recording, stop recording. I play the last recording, and then share this over the network. I have also a button that I can drag and drop here, request permission to start my face cam, start the face cam, and stop the face cam. Okay, when you stop recording, automatically stops the recording too. Okay, so those are the test buttons. And of course, the recording doesn't happen on the editor, but you have to deploy it to a device to do this. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you really want to record that just magical moment. Okay, so I'm going to show step by step what you can do for that. I'm going to go here to auto start. So in this case, I said I want to start automatically to record. Well, it's really simple. You create a script. and it's a very complicated script. You put this API in, that's it. Everyplay starts recording, and it starts to record automatically. I think that's simple. Okay, so the game will start to record when I put it on my device. And what I want to know is that it automatically stops the recording. So look here what we can do for that. And 5, I could say here, Everyplay 5. I could create another script here, stop recording. And I could say, well, if I play so long or I break a high score, stop the recording and automatically post this to share. Then I say, yes, open the menu to share. Okay, so you see, start recording, stop recording, replay the last recording. Simple? No? Everybody's really quiet. Is it simple for everybody enough? Okay. Maybe you say, oh my God, this is really too difficult now, Carl. So, but what I want to do is going to go here, and it's really simple. I want to start automatically to record when my game, when my character breaks, just before it starts to break the high score, and then automatically stop it when I die. See, in this case, what I did here, trigger. Okay. Here, when I break the high score, then start to record, and that's it. Okay. Maybe I can put that to 2 at the moment. Okay. Then, when we want to stop recording, well, look here, my character. You have here a script, okay. And it's really simple. When I hit the dead zone, and what is that here? I have here some hidden colliders. Yeah. So this is like an endless runner game, and I hit one of those secret walls, then I die. Okay, I can show you here, press play. And when I click here left and I hit that wall, I fall. Okay. And then I want to stop the recording. Okay, and how do I do that? So it's really simple. In my script here, Turner, I can say, the moment I hit this, the dead zone, stop the recording and replay the last recording. But I also want to post automatically that I have a certain score or certain information or a certain level. So what can I do? Here in the Everyplay, set data, my value of my score. Okay, I'm gonna send that to the metadata of Everyplay score, and I'm gonna show you where that all is. Here in the game, we can go to configure metadata. Okay, now I can say here, create one. Okay, what is the number? If I get the information of score, score, and it's a number. And then I can add a sentence here. My score is score. What is yours? Automatically add to that. Okay. Then we go back to Unity. So it's really simple. If I want to add now my face cam to it, it's super simple. Okay. The only thing I have to do is go here to my prefabs. Prefabs here. Plugins, Everyplay, helper, and I drag and drop here my face cam in. In-game face cam, I drag and drop that prefab in there. That's the only thing you have to do. And then you can drag and drop your settings in there where you're going to define where it's going to be hosted on your screen. Okay, make sense? Yeah. Then another thing you can do is use here Everyplay HUD camera. And what does that mean? When I play the game here, I have all my buttons. Okay. And what I want to do is when I replay, it automatically removes those buttons. You can drag and drop that in there and then put it in a specific layer, and all your UI will be hidden, or you can say which UI is be hidden. So you really see just the optimized version of that. Okay, and it's really simple. I have this, and when I would file build to Xcode, I'm going to show you this. Super simple. then you're gonna have already. So you see the integration is just a few lines of code, and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go here to. Oh, I'm gonna go to my game here. Plug this in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, that's my daughter. So, okay. We go here. And I'm going to restart my game. Okay. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Okay, I have to update the SDK. So I have my character here running. Okay. And I can say request also face cam. Start my face cam. Okay. So now I can give I say, wow, this is awesome. I'm breaking the high record here. Woohoo! Can do some jumping. Woohoo! Okay. So I'm really telling my players how awesome this game is, how much fun I have with it. Okay, and then at a certain point I do something wrong here. I keep running, and I die. So automatically opens the replay, just by the API share replay. Now I can do trim here, and I can just start to trim to what I want to trim out. You can see that my face has a little X next to it. So I can remove my face cam if I want. So just to keep the audio or just keep the face. But what also you can do is replay this and then do your voiceover separately again. Okay. And now I can click here, share. Automatically goes to here. So it's just I have to update my SDK in my Unity. And then I can add text to it, or the metadata is automatically to it, and I press share. Okay, and now it's sharing to my network. Okay, so you see how easy the integration is. Just a few APIs. This demo project I'm gonna submit it to my repo, and then it's public, so you can reuse a simple script. But the great thing is that you really build out the discoverability of your game. You really bring it out to a huge network of people who are playing games, who are core gamers, and you have access to them to make your game more discoverable. So you can monetize from there. Interesting so far? Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to my computer here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's there back. Okay. So let's also talk a bit about the roadmap. And what we've seen is here that you start to share and then build a network. Okay. Especially when you have players who are heavy players who spend $10 a month, who are spending more than 10 hours a week playing games. They are very social. And you want to take advantage of that social aspect. They share the movie files. But also to be very, we want to really take advantage of a social so they spread the word faster and connect through notifications. And one thing that we've done is for that is we announced our community version here. And I'm going to go here to here. Okay. Okay, and I'll show you here what's happened here. Can you see? I hope it works. No, the movie file is not playing, so I'm gonna have to explain it. So, what we want to do is first of all integrate Everyplay much nicer into your game. Right now it's like the blue you see. What we want to allow you to do is fully change that menu so it's nicely integrated in your game. Use the same colors so it doesn't look so disconnected. But the main thing is that is a community page. Automatically can slide out in your game. So you can record a movie file, submit it to your dedicated page. When people log in, you can ask no questions. Hey, I cannot get over that level. Can somebody help me? And you can answer that with a movie file. So it's like a mini Facebook page in your game, dedicated about the game. So you really keep the players in your game, keeping them, engage them, and there I can see replays of others. Now, as a community manager, you have full access to this page. You can change everything to that, but you can also remove posts or put post on top of that. You really have control over that. And also what we have here is notifications. So it's really cool because now, if I have several friends and I'm playing a game, I record it, I submit it, they're gonna get a notification about that. So in that way, you keep your players in your game and you keep growing your community. Okay. Another aspect is, of course, that you want to be able to use advertising to bring out your game, but also monetize from advertising. Yeah? If you think about that, 95%, 97% of people who play games don't pay for it, will never pay in a game. Yeah, I think my daughter is one of the biggest consumer of that market. Now, the mobile ads, a lot of people say, ooh, I don't want to do that. But it's how you integrate them and which kind of ads you use. Okay, it's better to integrate ads that your users like, so it's not too much disconnected. Okay, the movie file will probably not play here. Okay, no. So there was actually a movie file to show like how you can have different movie files and nicely integrated advertising. So we have three kinds of advertising. We have full screen advertising, like a full image that pops up, and video ads. And so after 3 seconds, you can click opt out to skip the movie file, the advertising, or a right movie file ad. So for instance, Sonic Dash uses that. So what happens is that, hey, if you watch, you can see here reward. If you click on that, if you want more points in the game or you want to save a life, watch a movie file of an advertising and then you continue. Okay. Also, all our advertising is just about games, game advertising, so it's really related to your audiences to stay in there. Sega really admit Unity ads is consistently a top performer with high CPMs and high quality ads. That's really nice to say from Sega. Again, Hungry Sharks use that. The indie game studio Angry Birds uses also our ad network. We share about 60 or 100 million ads a day. It's quite a bit. And then why we do that, as I said before, because we want to create an engine that makes money for you instead of taking a percentage. Last year this year already, we paid already $20 million out to our developers who have used ads. Who's using ads currently in their game? Okay, a few people, okay. So if you look at this, our eCMP, so how much you get paid basically per 1,000 impressions if you do in your game. It's about $7-10, and on Android between 4 and 10. This is significantly higher than using just banner advertising because it's really targeted advertising. We show only games and we show only game advertising to gamers. It's higher payout. Of course, some people say, oh, well, I don't want to show advertising of another game, they might leave in my game. Well, if you analyze players, in general, players play 8 games or 7, 8 games in the same period. So if they want to leave your game, they're going to leave anyway. Okay. Now you can also promote your games in other games. And that's why we have video cross promotion. So we always saw that video really stands out. If you make a little video, you can upload to our network and then pay for that to be promoted in other games, but also in your other games, in your game. So when you make advertising in one of your other games about your game, you don't pay anything to us too. Now the real cool thing is if you know 2 indie guys or 2 companies, they can say, hey, let's swap. I make advertising in your game and I make advertising and advertise your game in my game. we totally stay out of that. You can do that fully without any cost or make your own deal. So it's really cool. And I think we're one of the first ones who does fully free video cross promotion. Okay. And there was a movie file about that, but not working. You can also run ad campaigns, so you can say, okay, I'm going to pay so much and automatically do advertising all over network. You can do video advertising or interstitial images. Okay. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the integration. Okay. So the first thing, you're going to set up an account again. And we're going to do that. And then you're going to integrate. We're going to talk about how we integrate the advertising. Okay. And then how we talk about cross promotion. And talk about an ad campaign in the ad dashboard. Okay. So let's see it hands-on. Okay. The most important thing, I'm going to go here to another game I have. Okay. And this is a little game I make for fun. Maybe one day I'm going to publish it. Okay. But I have a little game here. It's here. It's a little Ender's Runner. Okay. Again, of a character running. Okay. And I want to integrate advertising. Like when my character dies here. Ooh, and I click play again. When I click play again, here I want to show my advertising basically. Okay. And I press close, and then I continue to play my game. If you're online, you want to have advertising there. Okay. One thing is this, and we're going to see technically how we do it. But if you integrate advertising, the most common mistake I see is they put one advertising in there, and then they start to see, wow, I made money off this. I'm going to put more advertising in it. Well, I guess what? If you put an update of your game to a store, nobody will do an update, more advertising. Okay? So put as much as possible places where you're going to put advertising in. But in your dashboard, deactivate them. You can activate them and deactivate them. So then you can also play with that. You can say maybe 5 places where advertising do. Today I'm going to put that one on. Next day I'm going to put that one on. See where the people the most, they're going to look, take a break to see advertising. Okay? So I'm going to show you a little bit all now. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to Unity Ads. Okay. Go to the page. Okay. I'm going to log in. It's really simple. And I have games. Okay. So you can add a new game here. Click here and I can say for which platform. Select the platform. Then if you have a game already published, then you can work from there. Or you say, no, it's not live yet. Let's start from here. Okay, and I click add game here. Okay, I give it a name and I press add game. Okay. What I have here, I have one just added. Okay. And there it starts. I click on that, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to monetization, because we want to put advertising, we want to monetize, we want to put game advertising in our scene, in our game. And it gives you this unique number, 18842. Okay, continue. I'm going to go to the advanced settings now. Okay. That number, I'm going to use that in Unity, but I can say, what kind of advertising do I want? Do I want video placement? Do I want picture placement? Or reward movie file? Okay, like, you have to watch it until the end, okay, and then I can give you more points in your game, or more credit, or an extra life. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to Unity. I go to Windows, the asset store, and I type in add, Unity ads. Okay, I'm going to go here. Come on, baby. Okay. Unity ads. Okay. And it's loading. There we see Unity ads, totally for free, and you import it. Okay, in Unity 4.6 and 4.7, those will be natively integrated, and then 5.1 will be natively integrated too. Okay, so you download that package, and then it's really a joke what you have to do. Look at this. In this case, I have my button here, play. Let me show you that. I'm going to put it here. Play again. And I have my button here, play again. And when I click it, I'm gonna do an on event, and I'd say run that script. Okay, I'm gonna run that script here. Restart, and it's really cool now. Okay. Okay, I hope you can read it. Yeah. So I have here a function show ad. So if I click on that, if the first of all, if I do here on function awake and I initialize the advertising. So why do I do that? The moment I open my game, in the backend, it will start to load the advertising. So in that way, when you say show advertising, it doesn't have to go online to load the advertising. Okay. Then, if it's ready, okay, if it's not ready, it skips it. If it didn't load it, it will skip it then. Okay? Because you don't want to have like, hold on a second, we will load the advertising for you. Okay? If it's ready, then I'm going to say here, show the ad. And I have here a little function that I say here then, after the ad, perform restart. And that my restart is here, really just a function, reload my application. That's it. That script here is really a copy-paste auto manual. That's all I need to do. And here's that number you have to fill in. Okay. Well, the cool thing is, I can change now in my dashboard. That should be an interstitial, an image. Should be a movie file or a WARP movie file. You have to watch till the end. You can totally do what you want with that. Okay. And then you deploy it, and then the advertising works. Okay, I'm gonna just show you to here. I'm gonna take this here. Okay. I could deploy it. Okay. Let me go to my games. I'm gonna have to build it. I didn't build it. Okay, I can actually do that through here. Yeah. Okay. So now I can say I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go to my background deactivated. Okay, file, save scene, and build and run. Okay, we're gonna compile it to the next code project and build it to my device. On the dashboard itself, so here you can say activate, deactivate, or which one should the default, what it should be, video or picture or reward. So put as much as possible in, and then you can activate, deactivate all the different places where you want. Okay, just gonna clean build it here. Okay. I know when it's built. Okay. Should be running. Okay. There it is. And I'm gonna plug it in now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm seeing already advertising here because I died in the game. Okay. Wait a second, we're gonna redo it. Okay. And then when the advertising finish, you can click on download this game. Okay. So you can also be paid by 1,000 impressions, or you can change the settings per click also. Okay. Oh. I clicked on clicking on download the game instead. Okay, going to store. So look here, I'm playing the game. Woohoo! Okay, jump from happiness. But I die here. Okay, and the moment I press play again, okay, the advertising automatically starts here. And this video ends in 10 seconds, it says. Okay, now I can stop this. Okay, skip video. Okay. Okay, I clicked too much. But what you saw on the end, it pops up. You want to play that game, you want to download that game, and then you get paid for that. Okay, if I go back here into unit and my dashboard a little bit more, I'm going to talk more about that there. Okay, I'm going to go to my PowerPoint. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 9, 700. Okay. Okay, now should work. So in my dashboard, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Here you can say, you can put ad filtering to it, block certain genres of advertising, also geographically, where you're going to target from. Okay. Now, if you want to say, okay, I want to make an ad campaign. Okay. So I can create an ad campaign, click, but I can do here. So if I'm going to do a video or a picture, okay, what's my budget? Okay, but there you can also set an in-house campaign. So you can do cross promotion, so for free, advertise your game and another game that you own, or make a deal with another person totally for free. Okay, here you can say how you will be charged, if it's a CPI or CPV, okay, on cost per view or per install. Okay. Then add creatives. Here you can upload your pictures or your videos for your advertising. My advice is, if you make videos, make sure it's good done. It's not a poor quality. Right? If you don't have the skills, stay with images. So we can do ad campaigns and monetization, right? By selling information or ad campaigns, cross promotion. And you can go really in depth in there. You have quite a bit options in here, and also the monetization. Continue here. Okay, if I go to here, you can generate your reports of that. There's also, if you really integrate a lot of advertising, you want to make sure that you put an ad network that makes the most money at a certain time. And ad to next one is more making money a little bit, then later on there's another one. You can connect a third-party plugin into Unity in here, my dashboard, that really looks at that and then defines which ad network it should load. Okay. So I hope you saw a little bit an overview how easy it is to create to grow your community with using Everyplay, and you have access to a huge community who plays already games by integrating simple APIs to record the gameplay and submit it, and socially try to engage other people to play your game, but also how you can drive revenue by integrating advertising into your game by simply using one script, and then you can define if it's video or images or reward movie files, and how easy you can do ad campaigns here. You click on that, you put money, you put the image in there, and there's a lot of advanced settings when you start to dig into it. If you want all the information where you can find it, here are the website links. You can always email me at carl@unity3.com if you have more questions about the ads, or you feel free to ask also your questions now. But if you have technical questions later on, feel free to contact me and go to those pages to integrate. We're very open for questions and also for feature requests and feedback, because we have acquired a specialist for that, but we really want to grow and help to make successful games and grow a community. So what are your questions? Yeah?
A lot of the stuff seems to be more applicable for mobile, but
yeah.
There's some stuff like the videoing of yourself and the social media integration that would work quite well for a PC standalone. So do they apply in YouTube platforms?
So at the moment it works for iOS and Android. It's on the roadmap to expand to more platforms. For the moment, we are focusing on this, and later on, we're really going to expand it to different platforms. Yeah.
Do you have a rough sort of
Unity is notorious for miscalculating times, so I'm not going to put a time on there. Yeah.
Does it make a local cache of ads for, say, people that are playing on a tablet and don't have an internet connection at the time?
Can you repeat the question quickly?
Does it create a local cache of ads?
No. You have to be online. Yeah. Because when you're not online, you don't know if you click on it, or that becomes very complicated matter. Even when you're online, if you play a game and somebody's playing clicks on an advertising and then buys the game, so you get a cost paid by install. That is even already complicated, even when it's online. Who gets it? It becomes very complicated. So yeah.
Just briefly touched on the fact that you could reskin the pop-ups and menus for,
Yeah.
this is for
Everyplay.
the Everyplay. Is that something you do with the editor? Is there a tool provided for that, or is that something you buy on your
Yeah. So right now it's in beta. If you're interested, just ping me, and I probably can. I don't know if the beta is open yet, but this will be all done in the editor itself. Yeah. And so currently it's not in the editor itself, it's through the dashboard, but then soon it will be all in the editor because we integrated it all natively into the editor. Yeah.
And sorry, just to
No, no.
follow from that, you showed that the actual web page for the community also had that sort of style.
Yeah.
We do that via the account and just make sure they match up, or what you do in the editor will follow through the web page. It doesn't actually.
It's through the dashboard at the moment, but then later on it probably will be in the editor, and it will be automatically all in there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just wondering with the FaceTime thing,
Yeah.
showing like the user space. I don't know about the legality of this.
Yeah.
Is it possible to record that without showing the user if you're wanting to surprise them, like a scary moment in the game, and recording their reaction without going, "You're being recorded now."
Okay, yeah, we take security very serious, and there's a lot of implication in the law, especially in the United States. That's why certain other ones are not. I can get in trouble. So first of all, on the legality, we are. It's something blah 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 compliant, but I forget now exactly what it is. So that means you cannot use it actually for games under 13 years old, because it's not allowed to record the face of under 13 years old. Then another thing is that when you record a game with Facecam, automatically the movie file of the gameplay is shared, like on Facebook, Twitter, or network, but the movie file of your face is not automatically shared. That's why it's a second layer, and that goes actually to our servers also, but it goes first through a software that analyzes if it's a face or something else. Because not everybody shows their face apparently. And we have a dedicated team who really looks at all those movie files before they share it. There's a lot of legality around that, yeah. So the main thing is don't integrate it under the game of the face for under 13. It's not allowed in the United States. And yeah, you can make it funny or scary or what you want, as long as you follow the rules from the United States. So.
Is there much overhead, like processors or memory to record?
Yeah, I was also like, yeah, I can't be. Oh, you're waving? No, it's the same max 5 minutes. Okay. Is there an overhead? No. I've done like significant tests on that for myself, like to see where. No, it's and then they explained me one time the technology how it works, but I went in here, went out there because it's way too difficult for me to understand. But you can actually record up to 2 hours. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
2 hours is advertising on your platform. I could only imagine if developer advertising themselves will go broke within a month.
Yeah, so that's why we have a dedicated team of a biz dev team who actually go out there to game studios to promote on our network. We have a huge team on that, just dedicated on that. But we're only going to stay with advertising of games so that you get a high payer out and it's higher quality and it really engages the audiences. Because the moment you're going to start to put advertising in about like vacuum cleaners, the audience will really be fine like, this is too much intrusive.
Red Bull would be quite good, isn't it? Placing control.
What's that?
Red Bull.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, yeah. As long as it relates to gamers. Yes?
Is Everyplay restricted to Unity games only?
No. Okay, the ads not, the Everyplay, no. There's other engines who allow it, but of course the best engine in the market is Unity. Yeah.
So when we put the Unity ads in our game, will it be CPI or CP the other one?
I think it's you can choose or both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether there's a mechanism to say, I don't want this kind of games advertising, so my competition's advertising.
Yeah, you can opt. For instance, you have an action game, and you really don't want the action games to show. You can opt that out in the settings. Opt out all action games, only show puzzle games or something. Yeah. Yes. It doesn't matter for me.
With Everyplay, does that have to be the current screen, or could that be a random picture or something like that?
It's actually recording the screen. Yeah.
Can you do watermarks with the Everyplay? So after the video is finished recording, you can have your own watermark on it that wasn't appearing for the player themselves.
You can actually, so you can do a hub display. So it can say, even when you're recording the screen, you can say activate something or deactivate something. So then you can say like during record time, don't show it. Don't show it, but the moment the release a movie file, that's on top of there. Yeah, you can then do a watermark. Yeah. Yeah.
One is some ads they put volume really loud or just really flashing sort of stuff. Is there any sort of way of filtering out the ads that are doing things like that?
No. That would be the ad network itself who has to say no to it. Yeah. Okay.
And the other one is you actually access those video files within there itself afterwards.
No, because that is the thing that those movie files are actually automatically put everything on a network and you cannot actually download them, no. But if you're a dev and you're making your game and you want a screen recording, there's a way how to do that. Yeah. But I never done it, but I know I asked in the office, hey, if you're actually a dev and you do it like what I just did here, then you can some way extract that movie file. But the end user cannot do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, can you have, like, say, in Everyplay, can you have, like, say, the last 5 seconds of gameplay that's moving?
So it removes the last parts or something?
So instead of saying start and stop at these points in the game, kind of like in your PS4, where you've got this, I guess, continuous moving goalpost. The last 5 seconds is always the last 5 seconds of the game.
Yeah, there's something to do and we can set up a remove automatically after that.
You know what I mean? So it's almost like a live, that's constant streaming, just that last few.
Yes, there's a way to do, but I never tested it. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Yeah.
Can you do simultaneous YouTube?
What was it? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can you do simultaneous YouTube uploading?
No, it's not simultaneous. You have to click and wait until it uploads. Yeah.
So can you upload it and then upload it to play as well?
Yeah. You can upload it to. You can say to all of them or one, or yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
That doesn't do it with the big files.
No, because it actually stores on our servers. Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the amount of data that will be uploaded from a device while it's putting onto the server while it's recording, even if the video is not used. Because I don't know if the app stores have an issue with you telling users that they may be using more of their mobile data to upload this video. Do I have a problem with that, or has that really come across that as an issue?
I actually never heard that one, but that's a good point. I'm gonna have to check out that. Feel free to email me, and then I can check that out. Yeah.
Well, similar to that question, in the API of the native API, is there a check to see if they're connected to a wireless network as opposed to just making the data?
Not out of the box, definitely not. I should check that out. Yeah.
And just on the question, is there quality settings that you can configure?
No. Okay, they gave me the signal already a few times. Basically, cut it. I will be walking around here. If you have more questions, feel free to come up. But thank you so much. And if you make a game and you integrate Everyplay or ads, please email me so I can feature you or post it around. So, okay, thank you so much.